Hello all, this is Zimnala coming at you with another adventure in Demise, Rise of the Kutan. We're going to continue the Revenge of the Tavern Keeper content, and we just switched back to Sorcerer, which means the rest of our resistances are going to start getting better. Yeah, primarily our electric, mind, and mental, and electric, mental, and acid and are all gonna max out pretty soon because we're already at 88% with our casting and 95% is the max as far as I'm aware, so that part won't take very long. The ones that follow after that is actually magic resist, which is currently being carried by our midnight ore, but if we take it off, we can kind of like see what's going on if you end up curious. She's a bad example. Her natural is 80%. So, yeah. But with any other character, we might get a good idea of how far we off are on that. Yeah, but say we take it off on our giant. What we got going on? We're not even casting it, right? So let's see what that looks like. Just to give ourselves a little bit of an idea of what we're working with. So 76%. That's not too bad. Like once it gets to 90%, that's when it's a switchover point. So other than that, we're still ninjaing, exploring, and thieving, like the usual. So let's get this up, make sure it's centered. We look good. Cool, cool, cool. Oh wow, they decided to come down to us. How brave of them. The thing is, I think we're only one level away from another usage level for the thief. So like as soon as we go back to town, we're gonna actually get some new stuff too. So. That's that. If you can't figure shit out down there, I will kill you from a range. Suck to be you. Always are hard, man. Yeah, we're 2 blessings away from maxing our blessing count out. Then our priorities can shift a bit. Because then it will just be like EXP all day long. So it'll be a lot more of clearing out the aquarium type areas and whatnot. Because the loot is just better. You got more of the high level weapons, you know. Yeah, so we don't actually have a warrior in our group now that I consider things. Huh. We'll have to see how this goes. If we have significant problems, someone's gonna have to go back. So, we'll see how we feel about it. It could be that we passed over a threshold or we can fight in the areas we've been at by just using spells for anything dangerous enough. We are nearly pinned though. It didn't take very long. We actually didn't even get out of the graveyard. So far. Well, looks like we aren't gonna even make it out of the graveyard. Amazing. Yeah, I'm not too picky as long as someone's pinning, you know? We hadn't gone anywhere yet. Yeah, don't worry, we'll dive back into warrior. Like, we'll have like a big period of like warrior growth too. And we'll do a lot more of the quests, but these side guilds are gonna make it a lot less dangerous for us. Alright, we had an upgrade potentially. Let's come take a peek. See if we got it in our pocket or if I have to look it up. Oh, and you got drained. Ah. Let's take care of the draining first. Actually forgot about that last night. Yeah. Let's give that over to her. Let's come take a look. What was that 95? This'll work. This is one of the things. So we got another one coming up at 105, and this is another thing we can switch to. Oh, wasn't there like a thief hat I could be wearing that I just decide not to? I probably did just decide not to for no reason. Yep, that one's at 119. Yeah, so 105 is our next goal. We can also get rid of this, so those two are gone. Honestly, this is probably gone too. Alright, so let's use up our and then get that up. Let's start beefing ourselves up a little bit. I think 122 is an upgrade for Ninja, so that's right around the corner too. Yeah, that's really the nice thing about this game is it keeps giving you something to look forward to, you know? No, we didn't actually finish over here, did we? Oh, we found... You can't even see these dudes sometimes. Crazy. And there was even more of these dudes over here. Hilarious. Don't mind me, I'm looking at something. I will... be on it in a moment. Alright. So full disclosure, like that snowstorm I was having last night was pretty intense, so it left me running a little slower than sometimes it would otherwise be, but... Because there was quite a bit of cleanup afterwards. We powered through. Dug our way out. Last night I thought we might lose power, but that didn't happen at least, which is nice. Nope. We're heading off to Mythical Land. Alright, we never could open ogres, could we? Not with our level, at least, so let's not waste our spells trying, or even our time trying. We did game almost a whole level over here doing this, so... When I said that Thief goes pretty fast, it does. Almost uncontrollably fast. But it's fine. Yeah, we'll dip down here. We'll see what's going on. Well, they can't put that on us. We got our slots full. Well, like I told you in a previous episode, if we get Ninja a little higher, it'll start taking over as a warrior guild, so it can be an alternative to running warrior as a safety. It just isn't quite there for equipment just yet. It's still growing. But my plan is to take it up as her primary fighting guild now, up to like level 300. Or when it, like, I think it's like 310 or whatever is whenever the next swing is. So we're gonna get a ninja up that high. Like, I heard a lot of like side chatter that Ninja's not too useful in a party scenario because the extra swings don't make a big difference. Because every swing could be another dead enemy. It does make a difference. For safety, it absolutely matters. And every time you injure an enemy too, you actually reduce their chances of hitting you. That's why spellcasting on big groups of those guys actually helps a lot, because it takes 4 of their party members that were hitting us and tanks their attack on us. Like, immediately off the bat. So, like, all the other ones in their groups are still doing okay, but it still takes 4 of them out of commission, at least partially, even if it doesn't quite kill them yet. It also lowers the defense, so like the ones up front are easierly killed because they're injured. But that also happens to your characters. If you have anyone injured up front, they're gonna take more damage too, so. Do keep that in mind, that it's also pretty dangerous for you to fight injured. That's definitely something that's not super obvious about the game right away. And it can get you really in trouble in like the beginning of the game when like you don't get access to healing for a long time, and it's not obviously that lowering your HP doesn't just make you closer to death, it also makes you easier to kill. In like an overall sense, per hit. And it will never be reflected visually that you are getting easier to hit, but you'll notice it if you pay attention to how combat goes. But I don't remember any of the documentation explaining that was a part of it, you know? Well, we're almost pinned. I don't even think we're gonna make it all the way to the Queen Lemurian at this point. Before we pin. Even if we beeline it. Or at least not without pinning. I mean, making it there is actually no problem. Oh, you were a warrior. I thought you were actually, How did you stay misidentified this whole time, my guy? This was a warrior. Usually it actually is a warrior there. That's why I'm not a warrior, a queen in that room. So I actually accepted that description. I didn't visually look. That's just a sign of me being actually tired. Not that they fight especially differently, so it wouldn't have been super obvious. But the queens are easier to hit, so it would have been over long before that point, so it should have been a little bit more obvious. This one had 3 in it. Usually there's only 2 groups in this room. Well, good for you. You guys are upgrading your numbers a bit. We're gonna be pinned for the queen fight. That's whatever. Oh, we're not actually pinned for the fight. Okay. We're gonna be pinned from the fight, though. It's disgusting how much easier this has gotten to win, even though we don't have any real warriors among us currently. I mean, Oni is as much a warrior as the ninja is right now. With Explorer. Probably has better stats from the warrior gear too. Well, you're already almost pinned. Maybe we will go find something to pin you. Might as well get a double pinning at this point. Especially with the warriors just right here. Got the level 100 quest. What do you want me to do? Amulet of Flames. Alright, that's right. This one was laughably easy. So both our Ninja and Explorer might have something, although Explorer might still have something else going on that it needs. We'll find out in a bit. First we're going to sell off what's currently in our pockets, then we'll go looking at what can be changed. Okay, so let us see what's at 122. Was it just the boots? It might be just these boots. Not this one, but probably the floaty one? Yes. This probably was it. I just remember there was something for us. There we go. Now you were a little bit of a different case. No, actually you're the same case, maybe. No, you're a different case. It's this. Actually, it's still boots. It's still boots. Alright. Understood. Actually, from looking at this, I don't actually need to have this. And I can already wear this. Neat. Alright, let's start taking an assessment. When do we start getting our final upgrades that match us up? So this one happens at 258. That's a ways away. Yeah, this matchup is at even higher. That's 310. This one's also going to be ludicrously high. This one is, yeah, definitely not that close. 400 almost. Gloves are gonna be like 3 something, 335. Yeah. Cloak, we might get away with sooner than that. Actually, we could already be wearing this. Might get in my pocket, get on my body. This one's a 3-10 situation. We're already wearing the best of that so far. Cool. Well, that's good. We're not going to go chasing that one or this one. Cool. We've cleaned up that situation. At least we went through our upgrades pretty fast this time. And this time we can go right to here. Play with the bees. Just kidding, they ain't bees, they're plague flies. Or black flies. Give me a moment and we will get right back into it. Okay, let's see what this dude has going on. His friends came back. Eventually he won't want to fight us. You see, without those, he doesn't do anything. Like, if we just get a single companion that does damage, like, this guy will die. I don't see any Fire Lords. We're probably okay. I'm gonna keep blasting just in case, but as you can see, like, a couple rounds of blasting made these guys fine even with just our off warrior classes. Just imagine when I go back and actually raise up cleric again. Like, in a long term, warlock will end up better, but you gotta take cleric a certain distance in order to actually get the cost down. Because warlock learns it with a much higher cost. And by my estimate, you have to get to like level 400 cleric to actually minimize the cost of Word of Death, and then you could switch over to doing warlock. That's quite an initial investment, but I mean, it'll still be worth it. Okay, well, we'll fight another group. Oh, wrong. Oh well, it doesn't matter too much. I didn't mean to heal us up, but you know what? More group, more EXP. Look at that, we're up to 75, so that would have replaced the need for having a tier on, so... We'd already moved on from a tier a while ago anyway, so... What item are we using instead of a tier? Oh, that's right, we're using the last laughs for the most part. Except for the one I accidentally sold last night. So I guess that would be a reason for us to keep clearing even after the Morash, because you still get a lot of last laughs from those guys. And that's an example of why you don't play when you're tired. You do bad things. Or you do play when you're tired and you accept it. Oh wow, they did hit me pretty hard. So tragic, but we're still gonna win. Yeah, those guys can hit really, really, really hard. See, casting on them made them go from a super deadly round to another one, so it definitely worked, even though it was a little spooky. I resisted my instincts to try to flee from that scenario. To heal up. And it worked out better. Thing is, we're just not quite fast enough to get away with that, so... Oh yeah, we'll pick that up in a second. Bam. That's such a silly random quest for the level 100 graduation, is just have an Amulet of Flames, which is actually a really low level amulet, so... We got a poison dagger out of it, and we got to make the little guy feel sad again. And then his dad threatens us. We've already went through that whole lineup with the Spectre gadget, so I don't feel the need to speak that one out anymore. Oh, actually, now that I consider it, there might actually be a last laugh that's been kicking around in here. Let's see if that's... Oh, there's actually a blessing in here. Alright, let's go shopping. Look at that. What a treat. Alright, get me back in here. Let's see if there's a replacement for it. There we go. We got both the things we wanted. Sometimes when you look, you get everything you want. That's all that comes down to. So we only need one more blessing and we'll be a-okie dokie, you know? Pop it out, make it nice and centered. We're good. Okay. And we're gonna go down here and play it a little bit more. We didn't even make it to the tunnels this time. Still have a couple of these rooms to sort our way through. This will also raise how much damage our Sorcerer does when they cast their attack spells against these things, so I guess we are again raising our spell damage, so that's nice. There's a bunch of great whites, although I can't decide on what it wants to call them, which is funny. So we're now down to 40 levels to wear a better thief than the human. Our backstab's up to 14 too, so we got a much better chance of actually getting backstabs in, which is a damage multiplier. This isn't a good group for us, but we got lucky. They didn't, because I think this is actually two groups of Dark Sinners, so... But, you know, they didn't kill us, so what can I say? This is also a bad group for us in a different way, but I don't think they got a bad first run on us, so I think we're gonna be okay. And there was only one group of Ice Lords anyway, so... Yeah, we're fine. Look at you pretending to be devil princes. You're not even a full group of these guys. Get out of here. Bunch of pretenders. Who do they think they're fooling? They thought they were so clever. This won't take very long to pin us. Ice golems. We're gonna be pinned before we get out of here. Probably. Maybe not. Maybe there'll be another... Yeah, they ran. This one should do it. I think. Yeah, we did it. Okay, we'll mosey our way back. So yeah, I think it would be cool as if all these areas were like that where you can't teleport, there was like a hidden object that you could go find that when you find it and dismantle it, it opens up the teleport options again, rather than it just being some random quest item later on. Quest result. I think it would be something cool if it was something that you had to go find in a hidden spot. But I know they wanted to make it be like something that affected you for quite a while. I could see the value in either way, actually, but that was my gut thought just a while ago. That's all. Okay, we're gonna go try to forge our path. I'm also wondering, like, where did I see that from? Where is that at? Like, I wonder if there's something above us that had a false floor that maybe I'm missing on. I'm gonna call back the map and see if I can't figure that out. $6.15. Where is that? So right here. There might be something right there. Okay. So when we go back there at some point, I'm gonna at least check that out. Because I know which square that is. I don't know if that leads to something, but, you know, it goes up a square higher that I didn't even notice. That's the kind of thing that could lead to secrets. Oh. Yeah, like casting on these ninjas gets this character a quarter of a level every time. Like this place is absolutely nuts. I mean, I wonder what would come if I failed a Guardian here, but I suspect it's just the Guardian Bunny again, because it's the strongest Guardian that is in the base game. Not that I don't think it would be cool if there was a stronger one. I haven't seen any misidentifications that would lead me to suspect it, though. And it'd be much, much, much worse for us if it's summoned like an Uber Tengu or something than any Guardian.
Cool.
I do think it's wild that the backside of that actually leads to the cleric advancement test. That's very interesting. Hey guys, do you want to go stand like 25 of you in a tiny room? Yeah, sounds good. Get in the hole. That's how I imagine that conversation went to get those guys in there. Let's come secure our way out. It's worth noting that one of the spells that was really wrecking us before that spellcasters were casting was Paralyzing Death, and we've raised our Paralyze resistance by like 30% of what we were missing since last time, so our situation is way different than it used to be. Oh yeah, we can't actually do anything with you. I think how your friends in this room though. Here are a couple of these jerk-offs. There we go. Get wrecked. Yeah, we'll come play in the room full of ninjas. Okay, we can escape now. Bam, bam. Get out of the hole. We are good. So as you can see, getting to spell level 110 with Explorer is not enough to make map area bigger, so we're keeping an eye out on when it might happen. I already knew that the number that the other guy was trying to tell me had been changed, so I'm not surprised that it didn't work out that way. Okay. We made some good progress. We've even gotten some source levels coming in. Ninja is getting really close to that extra swing. I think they're 3 levels away. But yeah, I thank y'all for watching. I'm going to take a little break and then we will pick it back up in a little bit. I'll see you in a while. Bye-bye, y'all.